Everybody, happy Sunday, happy Easter. You are here for round 5 of Super Sprint Sunday, now sponsored by SimNet. And bringing you the action, as ever, is myself, Greg Wood, and my good friend Owen, the Retro Ghost. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing very well, mate. We are another round of Sprint Sunday. Absolute fantastic. Interesting track, especially for the format for tonight. 2 races, 20-minute sprint and then a reverse grid. 40-minute sprint. Hopefully the drivers will drive better than what we do last time. He took me out and put me into the wall, but we won't go over that for viewer purposes. But just for tonight, we are going to have some absolute fantastic racing.
Yeah, that's what we absolutely love to hear. The guys are already in here. If you're not familiar, if you're new to us from the SimNet community, or you're just catching us on the airwaves of YouTube, the tiers are split into Pro, Silver and Am. The Pros are the white boxes on your left, the Silver are the grey, and the red are the Am. The going down obviously from Pro to Silver to Am is your top to bottom tiers. I'm just picking up a little bit of an echo from you, buddy, if you mind just rectifying that.
Do apologise, it's where I was using the bank holiday perfection to sweat some Warzone, and my volume on my headset was a little bit too high.
Oh, that is really sweaty. Is it quite as sweaty as your Silverstone practice?
Oh, it's a lot more than that. I was dripping.
But yeah, we are just at the moment catching the end of the free practice, so we thought we'd get in, give you some information before it starts. So we've been over this a few times, but it's slightly different to last season. It is now a one-shot quali split into 5-minute segments. Your AMs will go out first, then your Silver, and then your Pro, and they're expected to only set one push lap in that time. They can go on if they start their lap before the end of the 5 minutes, but are then expected to abandon and go back to the pits after that. So that will set the grid for the first 20-minute sprint, and then we will leave the server, have a small server reset, so the admins have a chance to do the reverse grid for all those cars that finished 75% of the race. So if you finish last in having completed 75% of the race, you will be on pole for the 40-minute sprint that will top off the evening. Believe, and hopefully my good friend is ready, we have some standings to hand, because it's been an awfully eventful few races.
It has indeed, buddy. I mean, I think from the standings and from what we can gather from the race control, that Jazzman, I think, has left the Super Sprint Sunday series, so unfortunately that does now open an avenue for all the drivers. But I mean, we've had some fantastic racing. I mean, from Friedman last week round Alton Park, but I mean, unfortunately, due to reverse grid, obviously was taken out, but obviously that's great viewing for us. And just whilst my phone is having an absolute Greg moment, it will get there very shortly.
Whoa. So yeah, as we are just coming towards the end of this practice now, just waiting for the drivers to pull into the pits and close that timer off. So yeah, Alton Park, incredibly eventful, difficult track. Zandvoort does have some tricky elements, but I'd say overall is a slightly easier track. Quite difficult to overtake, but a bit easier to actually drive around. It's quite a high downforce track, so your powerful beasts, your Mustangs, your Aston Martins, probably not going to be as strong here. I know from experience, I drive the Lamborghini when I drive an FRL. The Lamborghini, the Porsche, the Ferrari, all quite quick around this track.
So my phone has finished its Greg moment, and I'm going to apologise if I butcher this, but Ismail Rashidov is currently leading the Pro tier, but is joint first place with Will Friedman on 73 points. You have Jared Vermeulen, which we don't know if he's going to return or has left the series, P3 or net P2, obviously because the guys are joint first, on 72 points. And then Jack Prentice in P4, also on 72 points. You've got Adam Sharp, P5, 68. Fabio Travaglioli, P6 on 63. Morgan Grace, P7. Josh Clayton, P8. David Fernandez, P9. Wouter Heymans, P10. Andrew Eden, P11. And Vaclav Popisil is P12. And again, guys, they are the left-hand boxes on the left that are white for the Pro tier. Now, the Silver tier, you've got Mr. Gordon Brown leading the Silver tier. Did I just say that right, buddy?
I'm not sure. I think you're having a stroke saying that. That can't be right.
I mean, this is ACC, right? Not WRC.
Nah, not a chance.
But fair play to him, though. Mr. Gordon Brown is leading the Silver tier in 82 points. Leg before wicket, Mr. Naisbitt in P2 with 79. Jake Handley P3. Lee Colpitts P4. Luke Richards P5. Gedman P6. Stu Rogers P7. Johnny Sharp P8. Nikita Chekmasov P9. Surfontaine P10. Gareth Harvey P11. Michael van der Waal P12. Sofino Jabino P13. And Jack Doran P14. And that is the Silver tier, guys. The silvery greyish boxes on the left hand side. And then just to quickly wrap out whilst the guys are making their way around the track, for the AM tier, Mr. Dazza Townsend is leading the AM tier on 82 points, only a 2-point lead over Alexander Kalugin. Jamie Thacker P3, Dreadlock Steve P4, Paul Trotman P5, Danny Felix P6, Korkamalakis P7, Michael Coppins P8, Katie Lane P9, Robert DeWilt P10, I'm gonna say Jokran Verif P11, and Moises Castillo P12 there. But I think the last couple are reserve drivers.
So I'm just trying something different this evening, you guys. I'm going to leave it on the drive mode, because then we can see who is up and who is down. Give us a much better idea of who's doing well on their lap. But it's a bit more difficult to navigate to the drivers, so we might have to flip back. But we're going to start off with Korkamalakis in his red, white and blue Porsche, who's heading down towards turn 1. Drift over to the right hand side. There's a few different lines you can take through here. I want to aim for a late apex to drive out, but he's kept it quite tight. Pick your braking to flick the car to the right. Let the car drift outright, and now you can either choose a nice shallow line, which Korkamalakis has done, or there's a higher line which has got higher exit speed but a longer trajectory around the corner. Now you're completely flat in these cars through this Essing section. Now you get the very infamous turn 7, very easy to oversteer into the gravel. If you get low enough, there is a bit of camber that you can use, and he stays well far away from the gravel up the hill. Throws the car into here. Now your car's going to go light as it goes around turn 9, as the car wants to air back and forth, as you can see. Tail stepping out just slightly. And now, very important exit here. Car does want to step out a little bit, but Korkamalakis has that well under control. So, for the time being at least, it's not giving. Well, it's not going to give me a delta, is it, for the first lap? It's a dreadful idea.
I mean, it would be a really good idea if it wasn't one-shot quali, buddy.
It was, yeah. Sorry, my brain took.
Who let you in charge again? Oh, what a silly goose!
Yeah, sorry.
Oh.
So, if it was normal qualifying, that would have been a fantastic idea. But we're going to catch Korkamalakis sitting at 1 minute 37, closely followed by car number 23 of
Dreadlock Steve, 136.7 there.
334 coming across the line.
Kalugin 3/10 behind Dreadlock Steve. Coppins a little bit down, 1 second and a bit behind.
There's Thacker close behind him as well. Car number 9 coming through.
Feeling the pressure, Dazza Townsend in that purple-ish, pinkish McLaren.
Plink, we'll call it Plink. Punk.
He goes P4 there.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll check for sandbags.
Isn't that game Plinko? I think it's an advert I see on Facebook all the time.
But what about Vireth in the gloriously optic white Lamborghini?
Oh no, not another Lamborghini fan.
Oh, we love the Lamborghinis. as he goes P5, 9/10 down from Dreadlock Steve. I think car number 9 has gone round again.
Uh-oh.
Definitely.
Thousand, don't do it!
Did he actually push it?
No, he's slowing down.
Yeah, he's 2 seconds down.
We have some sneaky advice from Mr. G Brown himself, who won't be joining us in the commentary box until after qualifying. What a spoil sport.
Yeah.
As we had the great role of being over-commentated his lap whilst he was doing it, whilst he was in the box. I'm pretty sure I could smell the sweat coming out of his car when he did it.
And we also got to ruin his day as well by telling him that Naisbit just pipped him, which was brilliant for live reaction.
But we do have some words from him. Gedman is looking super quick tonight. I mean, as long as he's quick as a tennis ball hit by Andy Murray, then we don't know if his car is bright enough.
You know, that's
it's
actually quite an interesting fact. You probably don't know this, but Andy Murray does in fact hold the world record for the fastest ever hit forehand or ground stroke. So, you know,
I'm just that good. See, this
you
is
plucked
why
that completely out of your hat. You had no idea whatsoever.
No, mate, I work on cars. I haven't got time for sports.
But yeah, we are picking up Gedman in his white, black, and blue Porsche. Still got a bit of neon green on there on these wheels.
If I don't require sunglasses to look at Gedman's car, he's in the wrong car.
Well, he's in the wrong car only on head-on. If you're side profiling him, you still need your glasses. But Gedman is just starting his lap actually, so we'll follow him around on this one. He's going to be the first one to set a lap in the silver tier. So quite a pedestrian apex, but he's put his foot down very well on the exit. Very controlled, very calm lap so far from Gedman.
Big on the traction.
And he's chosen the high line around turn 4, turn 3 even. Now through turn 4, nice and flat, choosing not to cut that white exit escape road, or ride that curb there. And now down into turn 7, going wide on the camber again. Maybe he knows something nobody else does. All the AM guys were running all these corners quite tight. So once again, another higher line, wide entry into turn 8, now to turn 9. So very important exit coming up onto the back straight, which isn't really straight, shaped more like a banana, as you can see as he's arching towards his left there. There's a bit of traffic ahead in the form of Naisbit, but I think he should be just far enough ahead. Sound a little bit conservative on the exit. Slight lift and a shift to get himself into turn 13 and flat all the way around here in qualifying trim. As he's conservatively, and he might even get a little bit of a toe from Naisbit ahead. Where's this put him? Bang at the top. Actually not cleared Dreadlock Steve by all that much. And then Jabino drops himself in behind there as well. Car 919 coming towards the line. This is Doran Oakenshield.
Returning your favourite.
And he has now adopted the neon green in P8.
Serpentine goes into P9 but gets dropped down to P10.
Now we've
Jay
not covered.
Sharp does overtake Gedman there, 36.255.
Next one across the line is Gordon Brown, the former Prime Minister of the UK. Now putting himself P1. Not by much though, he's only cleared shot by 1/100th of a second, and then testing out his WRC skills and the barriers.
So admin's just making sure every extent of the track is up to safety spec by testing the barriers and the gravel.
And Van der Waal is here keeping the marshals in check. But he keeps the rest of the grid in check.
Goes P1 for the silver tier.
So the top 3 of the silver tier only covered by less than 1/10 of a second. Car number 86.
86 now.
Jay Handley.
Jay Handley.
Puts himself.
Sure there. Only puts himself P19 there.
Oh no! Must have had a really dramatic lap there to only go there. What about
512,
Rogers?
which is Mr. Rogers.
I suspect this is good. That car looks pretty banged up for a car that is meant to be doing a quali lap.
I think he's invalidated.
Will he still attempt to
didn't
go
set
through?
a lap.
As Naisbit smashes everybody else by 2 and a bit tenths, goes P1.
Is car 98 on a lap? KT Lane? Well, that's an AM driver. Does anyone know that KT Lane's in the right class, or should they be out on track?
Doesn't look like she's pushing, so yeah, they're coming into the pits. Or not dubbing the pit. I don't really know what's going on there, but this looks like the go back on board with 512 Roger, see if he actually does manage to bring a lap home. It's quite wide of turn 10 there. Does still seem to be pushing. So hopefully this is the time on the board, so he won't be starting from dead last. Oh, that Mustang does seem a right handful. As we anticipate the start of the laps from the Pro Tier drivers, we expect to light up the timing screens. And no, Rogers bails out of his lap. Not worth his time. But so now we've gone board with Morgan Grace. He dips a wheel in the gravel before starting his lap. Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh, best start behaving, boys. The gaffer's turned up.
No, I've got my good language on today. We're all good.
I thought he was going to need some of your good language after being beaten by Mr. Leg Before Wicket Naisbit once again.
Yeah, well, he's in party chat giving it the big one, saying it's a terrible lap, it feels horrible, his tyres are so off, and then he goes 2 tenths faster. So, I mean, what can you
Scare
say to
tactics.
That, you know? Yeah. But I mean, I wasn't feeling particularly confident. This is the race I was least looking forward to coming into the season. So to put a P3 in quali, I'm quite happy with, to be honest.
Hey, don't knock it.
Though.
The Lamborghini is handy around here.
It doesn't agree with me around here. I don't know.
Then
what
you've got the wrong
just...
setup on.
Agree.
But we are just following Morgan Grace around this lap in the BMW. Now we are suspecting, not sure if you agree, that some of your regular sort of tanks aren't going to do so well around here. Too many hard acceleration zones for the BMW, the Bentley, the Mustang. We think they're going to quite suffer.
Yes, I can see that being the case. However, I will say my personal best around here is in a Bentley, which is quite alarming. But I think it's because that can eat all the curbs around this circuit. It's quite really handy at cutting a lot of the distance out of the corners, which makes up for its lack of agility, I think. But Moggs is very good. He's got a good sort of, he seems to be quick no matter what he does, to be honest. So let's see what he does here as he crosses the line.
Yeah, he's looked very together in this lap. Suspect he's going to go top by how much? Oh, no, he doesn't. He's actually closer to your time.
P2.
And then Travaglioli smashes it with a 1:35.4. And then we've got Friedman coming across, not far behind him. And car 37. Sharp has gone P3. So Travaglioli and Friedman in a class of their own at the moment. We've got car 678. Has he not managed to set that lap?
He might be starting. No, he's invalid. It looks like. Fernandez
Absolutely, they would, Mr. Brunel. So you may have spotted in the title of this video, the league is now sponsored very kindly by SimNet, which we're all very happy about, taking the league to new levels and allowing everybody and bringing everybody to light the fantastic equipment that SimNet provides. Everybody would definitely go a few tenths, if not a few seconds faster with some SimNet equipment. So make sure you like, subscribe, join the Discord. You can find out and have immediate access to what SimNet provides. I don't know if you've got a bit more information than us on that one. It's all quite new to us.
New to me as well. What does Fernandez do?
So Fernandez,
He's pole.
He's pole by 7 thousandths of a second while we were yapping.
I bet he uses SimNet.
That wouldn't surprise me at all.
There you go. There's your incentive. Go buy.
Yeah, goodbye. So yeah, if you've been existing in our Discord for the past week, you'd have seen that new confirmation of the sponsorship that SimNet is bringing. We're all very grateful, taking the league to whole new levels, both at home with the equipment and obviously to better things with the sponsorship and the extra things that FRL was able to do with that support. So that is your starting order. The top 4 spots, the first 2 rows occupied by Pro Tier drivers. Fernandez closely beating off Travaglia early, then Friedman and Sharp. Then Naisbitt puts M. Grace between him and Van der Voort, his closest competition for a silver tier pole. Then Brown there in P8, followed by Sharp, Gedman, Dunn, Jabinho. Then we have Dreadlock Steve putting 3 tenths between him and Kalugin, but then are going to start on the same row, P13 and 14, followed by Kukamalakis. Then we have some of the silver tier drivers populating the middle of the pack with Starkloff, then Townsend just off the podium positions in the AM tier, and Harvey, Dornock and Shield, and Serfontaine. And we have Viref, Trotman, Coppens, and Thacker all in the AM tier, and then Handley was the last driver to set a lap. And we have Rogers, Jablonski, Prentice, and KT Lane all electing not to set a lap. So yeah, this should be an interesting one for you out there enjoying this race. 20 minutes to try and make as many overtakes as you can. You're starting quite near the front of your tier. Obviously, if you can pick off Van der Waal, you're going to have to try and navigate Grace. I mean, do you suspect he's going to push Naisbitt back towards you immediately?
Honestly, not too sure, to be honest. I know that's not really the answer you want for controversy on the stream.
We just want you to have a punt, mate.
Yeah, couple of tips for you then. Chris Gedman looked incredibly quick in practice. Talk of him doing a 135 at one point. So keep an eye on him. And Mikalakis was round about the same pace as well. The Porsches do look very nice around this track. Just a key little tip for you guys there. And of course, Johnny Sharp, I believe, is having a pit lane start this evening. One of the newest penalties being applied by the stewards, rather than a qualifying ban, is a pit lane start. So keep an eye out for that as well. Him coming through the field.
Yeah, so thank you very much for your input. I imagine you've got somewhere to be right now. Have you already sorted your fuel?
Fuel's fine. I am going to go and sort out the pressures because it looks very cold. I will speak to you guys hopefully later on at the end of the stream.
Yeah,
good luck.
Well, the best of luck.
Cheers, thank you very much.
So there you have it, guys. There's your tips for this evening. And we wish him all the best. We wish everybody all the best. But obviously, Townsend, it's what error. That's not good.
Uh-oh.
What's our error? Can you give us anything more than error?
There's no pit stop. Oh, sorry, no. They've left pit stop on.
This would that spike as I think we're getting server reset.
We are indeed.
So just bear with us, guys. They just got a little bit of work. They have to reset the grid. We're going to go into a practice session, and then we will. Well, I imagine Mr. Brown's going to let us know as Naisbitt, as we mentioned, it is calling you out.
Yeah. So just so you know, guys, let's jump back in. We've got a pit stop set up on the server, which is obviously not the case. So we're just resetting that just now, just so you know what's going on.
Yeah. We just about managed to gather it in the last second there. I was
trying to catch you in case you got disconnected in the stream cut. I was just trying to avoid it, but I left just at the last second before it all happened. But yeah, I'll let you get back to it. Actually, you know what? I'll stay with you and let you know when it goes back live.
We're connected in, mate. We're all.
Yeah.
Well, no, as in we've got the Discord to hand. We can.
You're all good. Cool.
Yeah, we're all good, but will they need? I'm assuming you're setting the grid from the qualifying results.
Yes, same technique as we use for setting the reverse grid. We've got a button on that website that says reverse, and we just untick that. So we'll have the qualifying results. That should work absolutely fine.
Excellent. Look how efficient FRL is. It's almost like they've got SimNet equipment to keep them going. That just helps massively.
Yep, I'm sure they definitely have software as well as hardware. I'm pretty sure that's the case, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know too much about SimNet, to be honest. I'm going to be having a look on the FRL Discord just to have a look at their page to see what kind of products they do sell. I believe it's supported by Fanatec. I could be incorrect, but if that is the case, then it also supports console. I believe it's actually it is mentioned. I can see it there. It is mentioned. They're supported by Fanatec.
Yeah,
so
I think Owen will definitely tell you.
Great.
Owen will definitely tell you that I'm in need of a wheel upgrade. So I'll be.
I mean, I'm not going to say anything, but I thought your wheel was going to go 12 rounds after Alton Park on Taco Tuesday. I was just minding my own race. I started on the wet, so I was down to P29, making my way through the pack, making my way downtown. And this guy was just going toe to toe with his steering wheel and his racing ability.
I don't know if a wheel is going to be the silver bullet you're looking for, to be honest.
No.
But you never know. I found